Guess who's back again? That was entirely improv. I did not have an intro planned. Alright, 2023. We're about to come to a close, and I'm kind of left in this position where I don't know where my life is going, but it's slightly less optimistic than last year, I think. I haven't fully grasped the concept yet, but it's clear that wherever my life's going next year, it's going to be pretty important, pretty big, so I figure it's worthwhile if I talk about it. Alright, I remember at the end of last year, I was very optimistic. I kind of had this vision. I had just gotten out of that December 20th party. I always think of that, I had done 2 amazing competitions in speech and debate, and I was like, it can only go up from here, let's continue the trend. And here we are, 2023. What happened? I don't think this was a bad year at all. In fact, it was almost on par with 2022. Towards the start of the year, I downloaded Instagram because I met a girl on Omegle, and she was like amazing to talk to, and we talked for like 2 hours on Omegle. I've never had a 2-hour conversation on Omegle before, but that's what happened. So I just noticed I didn't start audio recording for this because I was kind of rushing to get this done right on the 11 after the dot. Okay, I'm audio recording now. Hopefully this one doesn't corrupt because otherwise I just lost the first 2 minutes, a minute and a half of this. That kind of happened last year. I swear that stupid stop thing was going, and I don't know, man. Whatever. It kind of annoys me because there was a shot of Mocha getting on my lap, and it was so cute, but I don't have it anymore because reasons. I don't know. I think it was a storage issue. I just cleared up a bunch of storage on here. I think an hour's worth of video, maybe a little more, so hopefully it'll be better. And it kind of sucks because I only have the audio now, but whatever. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I met a girl on Instagram. I talked for 2 hours, and yeah, I was like, do you have any contact? And she just dropped her Instagram and ended the chat. And I was like, guess I'm doing this now. Alright. And so I did it. I had my @ as Jacob from Omegle or whatever. And then I tried to follow her, and she was like, hi, I missed talking to you already, and it was whatever. And I was like, what's up? Because I didn't know what to say. I'm like, I just talked to you for 2 hours. That's it. That's all I know about you. And I think we talked a little bit at the start of the year, and then we kind of fell out. It's kind of hard to people from Omegle. Now I only follow one person from Omegle. Her and her friend unfollowed me. She had a friend who I followed, because she followed me after I followed her. No, I followed the original girl, and then the girl's friend followed me after I followed the original girl. And they both ended up following me later in the year, so I still follow them because I'm so nice. And I kind of hate how I look right now because I just got my hair cut, and it's I'm never going to that stupid military cut place again. It's so dumb. They just cut everyone's hair the same. They don't care. They don't listen to you. They're just like, ooh, buzz cut it. I remember there was a specific situation where I said it was the last time, but I told them hey, my widow's peak is a little short. Can you kind of cut it around the widow's peak so it looks a little longer? It's gonna make my forehead look big, but whatever. And then they just cut the entire front. That's not what I said. At that point, I was just get me out of this chair before you mess up my hair more. Yeah, I'm not going back there. And I feel like it's really dark this time. Last time, so my light went out. My light up there went out, and I'm using a lamp right now, and it's back there. So I could move it over here, but I was too lazy, and I didn't care that much. I mean, I barely remember to start the audio recording, so who really knows? So that's kind of what happened. That's an amazing outro by me, thank you. Yeah, I got Instagram, and I sent a message on GroupMe, and I was like, yo, I just got Instagram. I've never had Instagram before. Follow me, please. I think I think 2 people followed me. I think Athena followed me, and she later unfollowed me too. Um, and they're like the only people who have unfollowed me this year, so that's kind of, I lost like my first 3 followers. Beyond that though, Noah was the other one, and Noah's my goat. I loved talking to Noah. It's really funny. I took normal speech and debate the next semester, and at the time I didn't know, like when I took the last video. I mean, when I took the last huge video, I didn't know how how many people from the competitive would be in the normal class. One person. Just one person. It was Noah. Yep, just Noah. Yep, cool. And that class ended up being kind of boring too. Such a betrayal. But I student aided for Longwell this year, so that's pretty cool. Beyond that, the second half of my junior year was not quite as hype as the first half. I kind of talked about it, well, not here, but I kind of talked about this with like Noah once, and I was like, I can't become friends with a lot of people because I don't like a lot of people. Like think about it, you know, because a lot of people my age, I'm 17, they kind of are all the same. And I don't mean that I kind of mean it in a mean way. But the trend followers, there's too many of them. That hurts. Like, you know, like, I swear half of the kids can be discarded. Like, they got, like, what, that Meet Me at McDonald's broccoli haircut. They got the, you know, they wear, like, the I don't even know, like, those, like, white-gray t-shirts. I can kind of imagine them, but I can't really, like, describe them. They're just, like, standard white-gray t-shirts. And then, you know, they talk, like, they're high all the time, like, yo, what's up? Like, that's what's up, you know, and those, like, monotone voice. I have a pretty monotone voice for the record, but it's, like, not nearly as bad as them. And then, I swear, like, they're all the same. And it bothers me a lot, because I'm trying to make friends with people. And a lot of people are super touchy, too. I think that's a pandemic thing, but I'm not sure. People, like, they just touch too much. Like, they're too close, they're like, oh, it's, like, shoulder smack, like, I hate them. And the girls are, like, just as bad about it, too. You have, like, half the girls with, like, their long black hair, and they wear, like, the jeans that are, like, go up to, like, their belly button or whatever. And then they wear, like, a crop top. And there's, like, a million of them, too. It's, like, it's too much, you know, it's too much. So it's kind of been hard to become friends with people. With that being said, I've actually done a pretty good job this year, I would say. I remember one of my goals going into senior year was I wanted to sit at someone else's lunch table, and I did it. I did it. I sit at the table with, well, it's kind of changed throughout the years. Right now, it's only Alex, Luke, Kenneth, and Liv are the only ones there, I think. So that kind of sucks. But before that, Desiree and James were there too. And then they kind of had like a whole drama that I wasn't really involved in. And then I think Desiree left, and then James like followed her over there. So now neither of them are sitting over there. And like Erica was there too. She has her own thing going on. I never really talked to her anyway. But you know, the core, like, what, there's 4 of us. The core 4, you know, we've become a lot closer via sitting at each other's lunch table. You know, Alex was the original one who invited me over, but, you know, past Alex, I've actually gotten to know those people a lot better, so it's pretty cool. They talk about sex a lot. I was trying to think of a fun way to say sex, but no matter what I was going to say, I knew I was going to cringe in 2 years. So I'm not going to do that, but yeah, there's a lot of sex jokes over there. I don't mind too much. They're actually pretty well done, all things considered. So that's pretty cool as well. And then beyond that, speech and debate, I should probably talk about that. Man, okay. My honest opinion with speech and debate at the moment is I got into a team, and this team feels more serious than last year's team, but I kind of don't like them as much. Like, I like them. They're cool. Don't get me wrong. It's, you know, like, last year's team was, like, so cool. It's kind of a high bar to live up to. So, in a way, it's a good thing. I've been more focused on actually speech and debate this year, as opposed to, like, I want to be friends with everyone. Like, but, you know, the only returnees are, what, Riley, Dominic, Sarita, and who am I missing? Adelie. So it's kind of a whole thing. Like, yeah, you guys are sophomores and I'm a senior. Not the people I just mentioned. There's most of them are juniors except Riley. She's a senior. But you know, it's kind of like I just don't know them as well, and I'm having a harder time connecting with them. You know, we haven't really done anything outside of school. Like by this point, you know, the other speech debate team, we had that huge party on December 20th that I still kind of think about. It's the only party I've ever been to, you know. It's a big deal. That did not sound cool out loud. Oops. But, you know, I've taken more of a focus on, I really want to make nationals this year. I want to make nationals so bad, man. I say that, and it's January 1st. My next competition is on the 13th, and I haven't even started researching my speech yet. So I'm going to write a speech in 2 weeks, and I'm going to be in school half that time, because school starts back on the 8th, so way to go me. That's a thing too, because, you know, I hate researching. I want to do my speech about the school system. I'm really nervous about it, like, especially in the informative category. It's the category I have the most experience in. I should do it if I want to make nationals. It's just kind of hard, because informative, you know, you gotta make visuals. I hate making visuals. You know, you gotta research. I hate researching. This topic specifically is really bad to research because there's so many opinions on it. Like, it's too much. I can't, like, every time I read an article, it's like there's a brand new opinion popping up. Oh, it's gonna be this. So I made a post on the teacher subreddit, and I was like, hey, what's your opinion? Like, how did this all start? People were like, social media, those dang iPad kids. And I'm like, that kind of sucks, because I feel like there's more to it, because this is happening, like, you know, seniors in high school and, like, early college students. They didn't grow up iPad kids. Like, this is gonna be a hard speech to crack, but if I can get it, it's gonna be so awesome. So it's like, But naturally, I'm always kind of worried there's that fundamental flaw with the speech, you know, so it stresses me out a lot, because I want to make nationals really badly, but at the same time, like, it feels like this is my only chance, and there's not always a clear path forward. I feel like I have to do it. I have to prove to myself that I'm actually really good at this. But at the same time, it's like, am I actually really good at this? So that's been really hard for me. You know, I really do love speech and debate. It's completely reshaped the way I just think about everything, you know? Because I'm always like, I always kind of think of myself as a person who can go up there and can explain things. You know, my hair. There we go. And can always, like, explain things. So it's kind of, I don't know, you know, like, I view speech and debate as a passion, but I could very well make a career out of it, I think. I'll use that as my bridge to talk about college a little bit. You know, it's kind of crazy. There's going to be a lot of things happening next year. One of those things is college. I should be doing more research on colleges. I'm not. I applied to UCCS, and they totally, like, emailed me back saying I had to do something else, and I totally didn't do it. Yeah, I'm totally not going to regret that later. Yeah, but, man, I don't know, there's just so much to think about with college. For the first time in my life, I don't know if I want to do coding for college, like, as a career. And that almost hurts me to say out loud, because I feel like that was my destiny, you know? That's like, you know, since what, 6th, 7th grade? That's what I'm doing. 100%, no question about it. Now I'm kind of like, you know, speech and debate's pretty cool. And it's kind of in a situation where, at the moment, I enjoy speech and debate more. But it's less viable as a career option than coding. And I still really enjoy coding. It's just really hard to learn. And that's left me in a very tough position as well, because I don't want to regret what I pick in college. I feel like that's one of the worst regrets you can have in life. I'll get into my later regrets from this year in a minute, but you know, I don't want to like go to college for a year doing coding stuff and be like, I don't actually enjoy this. I feel like if I was good at coding, I would enjoy it a lot more. But I've kind of said that about a lot of things in my life, and it's always that question like, do I want to do this thing or do I want to be good at this thing? Because that's very different. And not to mention, I feel like I'm already good at speech and debate. I haven't done any competitive debates yet, but I mean, come on, you know me. I'm a good debater. Oh god, okay. But as far as speaking goes, I feel like I need that dedication to speech and debate. Right now, I'm just like, I just want to go up there and talk because I like to talk. And you can't make a career out of that. And it's a lot. I don't know. I feel like I should do coding. That's where my mind logically goes. But that crazy little back of my mind is going, you gotta try doing some sort of speech and debate career. And I don't know, man. And that's only one college dilemma, because the other dilemma is, do I want to study in-state or out of state? And that one has me way more torn. Because it's a much bigger decision. That's going to affect my entire life, where I go to college. So I toured at UCCS, and it was a lot better than I expected. Because UCCS, they have like just great deals there, but most importantly, they have that one type of degree, which I can't remember right now. It's some sort of like fancy, I think it's like a creative license degree. I don't know. It's something they have for their computer science field, and they were really pushing that. Like, our college is the only college in the state that has this kind of degree. And is that a good thing? I don't know. I imagine it is. But the fact of the matter is, it's clear they put a lot of time and effort into their computer science kids. I say kids, I'll be an adult then. They're computer science students. So, I'm kind of left in that position where if my goal was truly to go to a college more dedicated towards computer science, I could do that at UCCS. And of course, the other one I've been looking at a lot is DigiPen, and DigiPen's cool, but I mean, I haven't looked into it as much as UCCS. I haven't applied there either. I only got a 3 on my computer science final, which womp womp. But I mean, 3 out of 5, you can still get into some colleges with that. It's just hard to get into the good schools, so it's kind of, let's figure this out, please. I still want to do my coding project next year, but that's going to be a lot with me trying to go to college and me trying to, I want to get a job next year. That's kind of a big thing. So, what college I'm going to has me completely torn. The biggest reason is because in this year, I, for the first time in my life, actually have, several connections with other people that I would not want to lose just because I move away. 3 times. That's how many times I've had a friend move away. And I moved away when I was entering 6th grade. So for me, it's kind of like, if I have all these good relationships in high school, I don't want to lose that just so I can go study out of state and deal with all the financial hardships of that. But, there's always a but, if I study out of state, I'll be free. I'll be an independent adult living on my own, away from my family, away from everybody else. And I've been chasing that freedom for so long. You can't have both. If I go to UCCS, then it's very real that I'll still be kind of like here with my family. I don't want to stay here any longer. I'm praying that I won't be in this room when I take this video next year, because I'm so done with like, you know, living here after Stephanie and Jacob moved in. Like, I just want to go. I want to get out of the house. I want to be my own person. But, you know, it would be financially convenient. And I think your finances come first a lot, so it's that constant internal battle of, do I want to go to UCCS and get theoretically the same opportunities as I would at DigiPen or some other computer science college? Or do I want to take that plunge? And do I want to try to study out of state and start a whole new life? You know? And I don't know what to do, man. It's coming closer every day. I'm in my last few months of childhood right now. So I don't know, man. I don't know. There's one girl, Nicole, who I know probably is going in-state. I've become like kind of good friends with her. If Nicole went to UCCS, that might seal the deal of me going to UCCS, and I would just get a dorm there, which wouldn't be as bad. It wouldn't be my perfect freedom situation, but it would be pretty good. You know, I would still be living with someone else. Like, I feel like kind of be separated from my family and everything. I don't know, man. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I hope that doesn't, like, come out 2 years. Nicole's like, you said this? Like, yes. Like, I just want to go to college with someone I know. That would be so great. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that's enough about college for now. It's going to be pretty crazy next year. I still want to do a coding project. I have one in mind. But beyond that, you know, I'm going to be doing speech and debate. I want to still do my national qualifiers. February. That's when those are. You know, and I'm going to be doing so many things next year. I'm going to be doing, hopefully have a part-time job. It's going to be a lot. And I just got to be ready, you know. I'll be an adult then. Well, in April I will. It's a bit of ways away. I want to write, I guess I'll say this, because by the time these come out, I'm either going to have done it or not, and it won't matter anymore. When I'm 18, I want to just write, like, an autobiography. Just because I can. I like writing, and I think it would be really cool to write just a book about myself. You know, my own view of my own life right before I turn into an adult. Just be cool, I don't know, like, so that's kind of the current plan. I think about a week beforehand is when I want to start it. I figure out how to, like, I want to do it, if I want to, like, physically write it, or if I want to, like, just type it online on, like, Google Docs. I don't know how you do that. So that's another thing as well. Oh my god, I only have 7 minutes, these go by way too fast. I think the biggest thing about this year are my failures. I feel like there was a lot I wanted to do this year coming out of 2022 that I did not do. Number one thing, I wanted to get a job and I didn't. It's kind of tough. I got my license, that was another big goal, I remember that. But, you know, getting a job, that was not it. Yeah, it turns out it's pretty hard to get a job, you know, when your resume is, like, garbage. But Scott might come to save me. Shout out to Scott. It's my mom's knows a girl who's dating a guy who's, like, on the board for Goodwill, and he might be able to land me a job if he's willing. He doesn't know me, I don't know him. It's kind of just up in the air right now. My mom swears this is a good idea. I don't know. So that's a fun thing. The other big thing that I kind of failed this year, and I was so close. December 2nd, 2023, remember the day. I hit somebody with my car. It was going to happen eventually, but, you know, it's such a defeating feeling knowing that, you know, I was not a good enough driver. And it wasn't really, there was ice on my windshield. I'm going to say that till the end of my life. There was ice on my windshield. And yes, it was my fault. I should have cleared the ice. And I was just confident, you know. It wasn't like that arrogant confident. I was like, how could anything go wrong? And I think nothing should have gone wrong. But I was doing it too quick, you know. I got too invested in the moment. I kind of went on autopilot, and now I'm paying the price. And insurance is gonna be really expensive. I don't know how expensive, like 600, 800 a month. Who the hell got that kind of money? Not my dad. He hasn't been selling any houses. So, it's a lot, you know. It's just like, I wanted to be better. I really wanted to be better. I'll never forgive myself for it, you know. What's my biggest regret this year? Probably the car thing. But my biggest failure is probably the job thing. So, as far as recent events, Geometry Dash 2.2 was out. It happened. Kind of. It came out. It's technically Geometry Dash 2.2. It's not fully done. There's a few things I don't remember off the top of my head, like versus mode is not done yet. He's like 2.21. I don't even know if I prefer it this way, or if I prefer he just drop the entire update at once. 'Cause, you know, the small pieces is nice, but like, it's been almost 7 years, man. Let's, you know, I kind of expected a full update. What are you doing? You know, Explorers isn't out either, so that kind of sucks. I haven't even played Dash. I just haven't. I think it's kind of funny, not gonna lie. I think 3 years ago I would have been like jumping to play the main levels, but now it's just kind of whatever. I'm just happy, man, that it's out. Again, recent events. I deleted Twitter a week ago. Like officially deleted it. I feel pretty happy with that decision. I kind of started getting. I kind of fell back in the summer. You know, what happened that made me fall back in? Something happened. I don't remember what it was. I think part of it was like I started watching WWE again, and I was like into like the WWE tweets, and I liked, you know, the troll tweets, and you know I already followed some people from GD Twitter, so it kind of just all compounded, and I kind of fell back in, and I was like, no, we're not doing this again. No more 2021. Like, yeah. What else did I want to talk about? Oh my god. Realistically, I only have 3 minutes, which is kind of crazy. But I can really go as long as I want. I've started playing Song Pop again this year, which is kind of surreal. I tried again like 2 years ago, and I kind of stopped playing after like a week. And I actually got into it this time. Those streaks really get to you. You know, I really wanted to keep my streak. So it's been fun, you know. There's not much to say about that. It's just kind of, I looked at my phone and I thought about that. So, I feel like a different person now. I have friends now, like, I think so. And yeah, I'll always be self-conscious about it, you know, like, do I talk too much to my friends? Like, do I look clingy? You know, I want to be clingy. So, it's all kind of been a weird year. I want to say it was a continuation of 2022, in a way, but at the same time it kind of wasn't. I don't know, man. Because 2022, it was like super optimistic, and I don't feel that sense of like this is like the craziest life to be living anymore. But I still do really appreciate everything that's been happening, and I feel like a lot of what I wanted this year, besides, I guess, trichotillomania, and some of my Spanish work, and pretty much everything else I've mentioned previously. So maybe not everything. It's all kind of been a thing, you know. And looking into next year, I want to make a national speech debate. I want to make a coding project. I want to do so many things. I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to do. And it's a hard pill to swallow, you know. I'm going to just try to make it work the best that I can. Another thing, I guess, music. I'll put that out there too. Music's been fine, you know. What am I saying right now? I remember at the end of last year, I had just recently started listening to not rap songs, and I've completely fallen down the pipeline this year. You know, I'm talking like pop, EDM, rock. I got into Fall Out Boy again this year. I got into Taylor Swift. That was kind of an unexpected too, but it happened. Man, that was in January, and I think music really puts into perspective just how much, like, I guess, how weird it is how some things feel short and not that long ago, and some things feel longer ago. Because me listening to pop like properly again, that feels like 2, 3 years ago at this point. You know, like the Eminem server that turned into Drake 21, now into Metro Village. Oh my god, dude! Like how long ago was that? But at the same time, it becomes like, damn, I listened to Taylor Swift a year ago. That feels like 6 months ago. You know, it's kind of a weird thing. Oh my god, we're at the 30-minute mark now. So it's kind of a lot right now financially. I hope we'll be okay. You know, I'm not like worried we're gonna like become poor or anything, but my dad's always thinking about money now because he hasn't been selling any houses, so we're just working on Stephanie's income. Great. You know, I can't wait to get my own job. Sooner the better. You know, like I'll work at Goodwill for $14 an hour. I don't care. You know, give me 10 hours a week. Done. You know. At least I'll be financially self-sufficient. That's what really matters to me. God, it feels like I can keep talking, but I also don't know what to talk about. Do I just leave it at that? I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be a wild ride next year. Like, I got to remember, I'm gonna be in a completely different position in my life next year. I could not even be living in this state anymore. Like this feeling right now. But my dad's not here right now. My stepmom's not here, so. You know, it's kind of like I'm the only family member in the state right now of my own, which is kind of surreal. I guess the dogs are out there, but so it's kind of that surreal feeling. Like I want this, you know. I want to feel like nothing can stop me. I want to feel like I'm on my own. Not I yearn for that. You know? God, do I really just leave it at that? I think that's about all I want to say. You know, it's. Whew, okay. Alright, okay. Do you like my shirt, by the way? I mean, I hope you like it. I like it. I know you're me, but. Yeah, I just know, wherever you are, wherever you are, man, wherever you are is where you are. And I have currently no opinion on that, because I want certain things right now, but, things change if I've learned anything. I might not even be a coder anymore. Who knows? I always wish I had a little more time, but I try not to go much over 30 minutes. I just cleaned my room, by the way. Like, if my room was like this clean forever, that would be awesome, but like cleaning is a lot of work. I just dusted too. Oh, my computer did not like that. It's doing a weird thing now where it goes like bzzz. Well, I guess we're signing off for this year. I'm always worried I didn't talk about everything. Oh yeah, COVID. Who cares about COVID? Yeah, who cares about COVID, man? I haven't even given it much of a thought this year. I just forgot to talk about it in the last video, so I figured I'd mention it here. Yeah, look good. Bye.